How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse update. We've got an insane one for you today. It seems like for some reason everyone decided to drop a bunch of stuff all in the same time, and that all lines up today. But you know what tomorrow is? It's National Disc Golf Day, which means this is the perfect time to introduce your friends, introduce your family, and in general, grow the sport of disc golf. So you might have noticed earlier today we did a little live stream. If you missed out on it, no worries. You can still be a part of what we're trying to do here at Foundation to grow the sport of disc golf. So all weekend long, you'll notice over on our website, there's a disc that just is stamped and says, "This disc grew disc golf." It's a Prodigy A5, and we've partnered with Prodigy to make this thing happen, where when you buy one of these This Disc Grew Disc Golf A5s, we will donate a PA5 to a local school program, local PE classes, and hopefully y'all buy so many of them that it has to get well beyond our local reach and into other communities and other initiatives to grow the sport of disc golf. So basically every one of these This Disc Grew Disc Golf A5s that you buy, a disc is going directly into someone's hands to grow the sport of disc golf. Now, not only that, but also when you buy this disc, you're gonna get a code that will allow you to either give this disc to one of your buddies or someone like that, or you just give them the code and they can actually get access to our beginner's guide to disc golf backhand tutorial that is over on our site. So you might have noticed we have a bunch of courses that teach you how to play the basics of disc golf. One of them is just your backhand basics course. So alongside that, you also get this backhand basics course for free. So when you buy that, you can either give that to a buddy or, you know, maybe your backhand needs some work. I don't know, no judgment here. So you can use it however you want. So these are a pre-order because we don't want to limit how many could be bought this weekend. So we know that our community always rallies around, so we're super excited about that. And then in addition to all of that, as if that wasn't enough, maybe you see some of the other discs that are coming down the pipeline, you're like, look, I'm gonna be straight with you, I really just wanna buy one of these discs. I don't wanna spend money on an A5. I get it, no judgment here, that's fine. A portion of every sale this weekend is also being donated to EDGE, the Educational Disc Golf Experience, which is headed up by Jay and Des Redding. And they have taught disc golf in PE classes, and they have curriculum to introduce it into schools and all that. And so far, over 2 million kids have been introduced to the sport of disc golf, and we're gonna try to help make an impact there too. So a portion from every sale this weekend is also being donated to that. So if you wanna hop in on the fun, pick up one of these This Disc Grew Disc Golf A5s, pick up as many as you want. You know, maybe buy 20 of them and go hand them out at your local course on National Disc Golf Day. I don't know what you want to do, but every one that you buy is one PA5 that we will be donating to a local school, or like I said, hopefully it grows far beyond our local reach. So that's what we're doing for National Disc Golf Day. Join us in our attempt to grow the sport.
Well, if you thought that was cool, wait till you see the Discraft we've got today. This is going to be a heck of an episode. First of all, I mean, this is just crazy to look at. So I'll just show them the boxes. I mean, it's just so you can see how insane these look from the top. This isn't just like any normal disc. These are the next Fuzed run that Discraft has done. It's the Scorch, and they've got flames on them. I mean, this is crazy to look at. Like these are legitimately, like, this is peak disc golf. You know, thank goodness we're alive in the time that they started putting flames inside of our discs. I mean, this is great. If you've never thrown the Scorch, it's a somewhat newer mold from Discraft. Probably the last 3-4 years it came out. 11 speed, kind of neutral. They're not flippy in my experience. I think if you have like a ton of arm speed, you can get them to flip up. But in my experience, you throw them flat and hard, brand new at least, and these ones kind of have dome. You'll get a little turn out of them, but then they'll fade a little bit. And I mean, yeah, these just look gorgeous. A lot of them are clear, but then some of them are, you know, kind of have a double color to them. We have them in a bunch of different colors as well. So you got cool stamps, cool foils. We have a good bit of these in stock, but they're always gonna go pretty quick when we have a new drop of the Fuzed stuff, so make sure to get on these, grab a few. There's no telling when Discraft will do the next drop of these, but I mean, the buzz was awesome, but I think the flames look even cooler. These are sick. So make sure to check these out. We got some really cool like red ones. Oh, the double-sided. I love that. It's so sick, man. They're killing it with these. Also in the land of Discraft over here, we've got Captain Thrashers are back. This is actually a great mold. If you remember last year, these released and they were an ESP swirl, but now they've done the Jawbreaker Z swirl, or just Jawbreaker Z. And I love the Captain's Thrasher. I actually bagged one for a while last year. Basically, like the Captain's Raptor, it's a more overstable variant, but this time for the Thrasher. So Missy Gannon, this is her signature disc. So if you've ever thrown a Thrasher, they're pretty flippy. These ones, in my experience, just kind of flip to flat instead of flipping over. And I think they're a phenomenal distance driver. I think they're a little bit more comfortable in the hand for me. And so, like, when it comes to Thrashers, I'm not a huge fan of them, but the Captain's Thrasher, I absolutely love. So we've got these in the Jawbreaker plastic. These are a sick distance driver and super underrated. And yeah, we've got some insane swirls on those. Like these are really, really cool. I mean, check out that one too with the yellow. It's really sick. So we're not done. We're not done with the Discraft. We got something for the younger audience potentially, or those of you who just don't quite have a lot of arm speed yet. And that is a new lightweight line from Discraft. But they didn't just make light discs. They made them look insane. This right here may just look like a really cool buzz and a really cool plastic, but this is their new Jawbreaker lightweight plastic. How light are we talking? This one here weighs 117 grams. I think this is as light as I've seen lightweight plastic come in at. Obviously, you see your 140, 150 gram stuff. Blizzard stuff gets into the 130s. I think the Latitude lightweight stuff was getting down like 130, 120s. This stuff is getting underneath 120 for some of these molds. And so if you've got young kids learning to play disc golf, I think this is the perfect thing for it. This is definitely gonna be best as a kid's disc, but what a fantastic thing. You know, we're talking about growing the sport. Best way to grow the sport is to give it to the next generation. So this is a perfect way to get involved because these are gonna be super easy to throw. We have the Buzz, we've got the Scorches here with a really cool like flame stamp on there. This one's 115. These are both 115 gram. And then we got the driver in the mid. We need a putter. We've got these Challengers. Another really, really cool stamp on these. Let's see if I get one. You can see they got the car on there, a Challenger. Somewhat resembles a Challenger. Sal's drives one. He's not quite as convinced, but it looks cool. 119, 118 grams a piece. These are a blast. At some point, we're gonna do a round with these because they also, I think these putters would be fantastic catch discs because they're really light. So we'll have to see how these fly, but super, super cool. It's awesome that Discraft is getting in on these lightweight discs because I think it's awesome to make discs specifically for kids. And, you know, I have a 3-year-old, and I can tell you for free that those discs are, he'll be able to throw those 3 times as far as he would just a max weight disc that's laying around my house. So that's Discraft for you. The new lightweight line, you know, the insane Scorches, and then the return of some pretty awesome Captain's Thrashers. A pretty good week for Discraft.
All right, and then we have a bunch of other releases from other manufacturers this week as well. Obviously, the Discraft's gonna steal the show there a little bit, but we'll go just kind of left to right, and then we have like 3 shelves worth, so buckle up. First off, hand-eye. If you don't remember, hand-eye kind of started as a die company back in the day, and then they farther and farther partnered with Dynamic to the point that I don't know if they still do it, but they used to have like a subscription box type thing going on. So if you're wondering what this hand-eye brand is, that's what it is. That's as much as I know about it. So I can't really walk you through much deeper, but basically just like interesting stamps, and they always do it on like unique plastics. So we have like this hand-eye Felon. We have these are warrants with this fun little stamp on there. We got some more hand-eye stuff down here. These are the hand-eye swords. We got some hand-eye Meta Essence. So that's actually kind of fun because now we can get outside of Trilogy and go into the House of Disc stuff. So Meta plastic is gorgeous. Looks like we also have some hand-eye Claymores. What are these? These are not hand-eye. I'll talk about those in a second. So I think that's all the hand-eye stuff. So bunch of new hand-eye releases, but also up here we have the brand new Dynamic Discs Motive. This is a first run Motive. Speaking of easy to throw discs, that's where the Motive comes in. Really understable 8-speed, I believe. This one happens to be 147. They're not all lightweight. I mean, we're not talking like the 110s, like what Trevor was just showing you. But if you're looking for a little step up, like maybe that was a little too light for what you're looking for, maybe you don't even want to throw a diamond, you want kind of that next step after the diamond, check out the Motive. Some easy distance on this thing, and if you're not looking for that, you just want a really fun, understable fairway driver, this is still fully controllable for a player with like 350 plus. It's not like unusably flippy, but it is very understable. So check out the Motive, and if you're like, understable's not my thing, get off of that. Well, let me pivot over to these bad boys. These are not understable. This is the Phone Case Canyon. So basically this is the Canyon from Trash Panda, and it's made from recycled phone cases. And these are made from recycled phone cases that have glitter or had glitter in them. So in the sunlight, you'll actually see some sparkles all throughout here in addition to these like flecks. And I'm gonna be straight with you, this is some of Trash Panda's best plastic. It's just, it's funny that a phone case can produce something that feels so good, but it does. These feel awesome. Have a little bit of flex to them, really good grip, and they're nice and overstable. So the Canyon's awesome. They come in this, this is the magenta sparkle. I think there's also like a turquoise or teal sparkle or something. And then from Climo Disc Golf, we also have a brand new fairway driver, the Prototype Streak. So this is in their signature line, which is kind of like Star plastic or ESP plastic. It's like ESP with more grip is how I would describe this plastic. And the Streak is a neutral 7-speed. I believe it's like a 7501, if I remember correctly. So really fun, dead straight 7-speed. So the brand new Streak from Climo line. And then, last but not least, down here, we have a bunch of new stuff from Elevation. So Elevation is known for having really, really, really flimsy plastic, right? They'll like hit, it's not gonna roll, all that stuff. Well, they finally have some stuff that's a little stiffer. So like, don't get me wrong, this is still very gummy. But if you know Elevation, then you'll know the difference. Like, I can't really get it to do the like, grab onto my hand thing nearly as much. The rim actually, like, it holds its shape when you're holding it. So if you've always wanted to try Elevation, you like the idea of the hit and sit, this should still do it. But they have it with the Koi. They also did it with the Arowana. Those are both some of their throwing putters. The Arowana is actually a little stiffer than the Koi. Then the Nimbus, I think this, I don't know if this is their new plastic. This is EcoFlex. This is still the older plastic, so you can see the difference there a little bit. And also when you're holding it, you can see the little droopage. That's what the like older Elevation plastic does. So the Nimbus is their nice swirly one. And then we have the new one, the Capybara, which I believe is a mythical creature. I don't think it actually exists.
No, what?
What is the one that doesn't exist, has a red eyes?
Capybara, Chupacabra.
Chupacabra, that's what I was thinking of.
Capybara is exactly what you're looking at.
Well, okay, they have it riding an alligator, so that's not a hard one to judge. That's not a hard thing to jump to, because they put them riding an alligator. I was thinking of a Chupacabra. Chupacabra doesn't exist. Unless you've seen one, hey, on you. But this is the stiffest disc Elevation's ever released. So this thing, like literally, it feels like a disc golf disc, but it does have that a little bit more of that give to it. So this looks like a relatively neutral mid-range, if I had to guess. So it feels like at least. So if you're an Elevation fan, we got a bunch of stuff back in stock, including their new release.
Last but not least, over here at the accessory shelf, just want to tell you that we got a Ripped Revenge restock. So we got all of the stuff back. If you haven't played Ripped yet, we have the two different deck games. They're the same game, just like slightly different cards and rules, kind of. The Ripped Showdown version just adds like a good and bad side to the cards that you can choose, but essentially the same game. If you've never played Ripped, these basically just modify what's happening for your shots. You can play cards on people to make them putt with their eyes closed, or you could play a card to change your lie. There are all kinds of modifiers like that. It's a really fun way to play disc golf if you're just, you know, always playing with friends and, you know, looking to spice things up. It's a blast. So you have the two decks. You can get either one of those. You know, start with the classic one if you've never played. But another thing I'd heavily recommend is our Evolution expansion pack. So this is our Series 2. If you didn't get a Series 1, sorry, but Series 2 is, I'm gonna be honest, better. These are the best cards, I think, in Ripped are in these packs, or at least the most powerful ones. They're insane. So if you get these different packs, you're gonna get 10 random cards. They're gonna come with certain, like, they're gonna come with like an uncommon one, rare one, like you get like the deck building kind of effect there, and you can build out your own Ripped deck. So if you and your friends all play, you can each have your own deck and play it that way instead of just sharing one, but you could also just share one as well. And so yeah, these expansion decks are for that, and so you try to collect them all in there. Some people try to do that. And then also, if you've ever played Ripped, it can be a little bit annoying to handle the cards sometimes. You can keep them in your pocket, keep them in your bag, but if you have one of these little holders, it seems very trivial, but a carabiner just puts it right onto your bag, and it makes playing Ripped Revenge so much easier. It has two different pockets and then one in the front as well, so you can put your hand in the front, you can put the main like drawing deck in one pocket and the discard in the other, and it's a fantastic way to keep the game nice and clean and not worry about getting your cards all bent out of shape. So make sure to check out Ripped Revenge. We keep it restocked because people love it, people are checking it out. Also, before we go, don't forget, Grow the Sport Day this weekend. You can pick up that disc, and for each one you do, we are going to donate one. We want to be donating a ton of discs this weekend. So make sure to pick one of those up if you want to help grow the sport of disc golf. It's such an important thing to do if you care about disc golf. We want to try to get it in as many hands as possible, and hopefully each disc we donate is going to go to somebody who hasn't tried it yet and is going to give our sport a go. And hey, who knows? They could be the world champion in 20 years. So, yeah. Thanks for checking out the Weekly Warehouse. Pretty eventful. Make sure to get on the site and try to snack up all those drops before they're gone, especially those Scorches. See you later.